So now we are going to discuss about the abstract class. All right. So we'll come back to this main class from where we have started. So here we started. Abstraction is hiding the implementation, and the method will not have the implementation. That's what we have discussed, and we have seen the same thing in interface. And interface is a blueprint of class where we will only having the abstract methods. If you wanted to add the abstract keyword of the method, you can add it, or if you don't want it to add it also, it is allowed in interface, because interface internally add the abstract keyword. And why we defined related to abstract method is the method which is having the method declaration and does not have the method body. That's what we discussed about the abstract method. So now we'll discuss about the abstract class. What is abstract class, right? So one of the approach that we have discussed and we are clear, and now we are trying to discuss about the different approach, right? So this is the one. Okay, abstract class. So what is abstract class? Abstract class is nothing but the class which is having the abstract keyword. That class we can call as the abstract class. The first point, the class which is having the abstract keyword, which is called abstract class. And what is the difference between normal class and abstract class? What is the difference between a normal class and abstract class? In a normal class, we cannot achieve the abstraction. Okay, where in abstract class we can achieve the abstraction. This is the major difference of here. We have discussed two important points. One thing is, in a normal class we cannot achieve the abstraction, where in abstract class we can achieve the abstraction. Perfect. So we'll move to next scenario. What is the thing that we can achieve with the abstract class? We have already interface that is helping us to achieve the abstraction. Then why we need the abstract class? That's what we have to understand. When it is a comparison between both of them, interface and abstraction, we should have the clarity and why we need the abstract class. When we wanted to achieve the abstraction that we can achieve with the interface, and that is also 100% of abstraction, right? So then why we need the abstract class? So that I'm going to discuss, right? So now we will go in detail what abstract class contains. The first thing is, abstract class can have the abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Okay, so abstract class can have the abstract methods and non-abstract methods, right? So what is the advantage of doing this? I will explain in detail in next class or end of this class. but I will try to show you how the abstract class looks and how to create abstract class. Okay, let me create new class demo. You just need to add the modifier of abstract while creating the class. Then it will create the abstract class, public abstract class. Here, if you see in interface, we can see the I symbol. Likewise, for abstract class, you can see the A symbol here, right? So that is the difference, and that is how we can identify which class is abstract class. You no need to open all the classes. You can simply see this A symbol so that you can able to identify that is abstract class. Now, as we discussed in abstract class, we can write the two different methods. One is abstract method and another one is non-abstract methods. So we can have the two different methods. One is abstract methods and second one is the non-abstract methods. So as we discussed about abstract method, the method which is having the method declaration and we does not have the method implementation, that is called abstract methods. That's what we discussed it actually. Let me try to write it. Public void add. That's what I have written in interface, right? And you have to close like this. If you see, this is abstract method, and if you see, it is giving the error. The same thing when I write in the interface, it is not giving me error. Public void add. Here I told this is abstract method, and the same thing I have written here, and it is giving the error, and it is not allowing me to write. So I will come back to one statement, and here you can see the method which is having the method declaration and does not have the method body. And very important point, we should have the abstract keyword. Abstract keyword is mandatory. So in interface we haven't added. Why we haven't added? Interface will internally add the abstract keyword, but where abstract class will internally not add the abstract keyword. So in interface, if you are not adding abstract also, that will be considered as an abstract method, because interface will internally take care and add the abstract in front of that return type. Here, if you are not adding, class will not add the abstract keywords. That is the reason you have to add the abstract keyword to make this method as abstract method. As we discussed, one point is done. Abstract class will have the abstract methods, and let me try to write non-abstract method. So what is non-abstract method? The method which is having the abstract method declaration and the method body. Non-abstract method is nothing but the method which is having the method declaration and method body. So these two kinds of methods also I can write in abstract class, where in interface I can write only abstract method. Very, very important interview question. What is the difference between abstract class and interface? First important point is an interface having the abstract methods alone. where abstract class having the abstract and non-abstract. So this is the major difference. I will explain a couple of scenarios also, right? Now, so while writing like this, what is the advantage and what is the drawback with interface? That we try to understand. It is very important question. Okay. So now let me close all this and let me open one interface and abstract class to show you the best demo. Here I have the one class. Here this is the class. Okay, we remove everything for time being. Okay, and demo interface, one of the method which I'm keeping it, otherwise I will go with this one. So one class and one interface and one abstract method and another class for abstract sample. Okay, now we'll see the difference. Suppose this interface having the two different methods. Okay, so one is multiplication and one is the search. And this class implements the ASD interface. So what is telling basically, it is asking me to add implement methods, and I have written some implementation here. Please be concentrate, okay? So here we have the two different methods and having the implementations. So sample class was implements the ASD interface, and here we have implemented two methods. And here in the abstract class, we will have the same. One is public abstract wide multiplication, and the second one public abstract wide abstract wide. Now, so this class implementing the ASD interface and having the implementation of these two methods. Now, what happened is client requires two things. One is they want us to achieve the abstraction and they have the frequent changes. Okay, so now initially we have abstract methods. One is multiplication and search. So one time they asked to implement something, and again they want us to change the implementation for search. Again they want us to change the implementation. Again they are asking us to change the implementation. Again change. Multiple times they are asking us to change it. So now what will happen? So what will happen is basically whatever the classes that implementing that interface, every class we have to modify. We have to go to this class, we have to find for the search method, and we have to modify. And some other class also implementing this, we have to go and we have to modify. And some other class also implementing this, we have to go to that class and we have to search for this method and we have to modify. And again, another class is implementing this interface and having this method, and again we have to modify. And next, after modification completed, they come us and they wanted to do the another change. Then we will go back to that class which are implementing that interface. Again, we will find out that method and we can do the modification in implementation. So the impact is huge actually. When they want us to do the frequent changes, the impact is more huge. We have to modify all the classes which is implementing that interface specifically. Okay, so how to overcome this problem? What is the advantage or what is the alternate that we have? We'll go back to this abstract demo and I will show you what will happen. Let's suppose this is extends demo, sorry, abstract. Since it is a class, we have to extend it. At the same time, we have to add all unimplemented methods. Same like an interface, whatever the abstract methods that we have to add the implementation. Only one advantage that we have is, so here we have to write the extends keyword. In interface, we have to write the implements keyword. Fine. So now I have the implementation for multiplication. And I have the implementation for search. Perfectly all right. So multiple classes are extending this abstract class. We are having this implementation and this is frequently changing. Then what we have to do? We have to go to class which is extending this abstract class and we have to modify it. And we have to go to that class again, we have to modify it. We have to go to that class again, we have to modify it. So how to overcome this problem? Here, the best thing is you don't write this method. Then what you have to do? You have to mark this as the non-abstract method and write the implementation here. So again, they asked us, we need to do the modification in only one abstract class, which is frequently changing. We will mark them as, or we can write as a non-abstract method. Non-abstract method, and we can keep all the implementation inside the non-abstract method. Then no matter how many classes are extending that abstract class, you no need to do any modification. Only modification that you have to do is inside the non-abstract method that was present in this abstract class. You have to do the modification only one time. That is also inside the non-abstract method. This is very, very, very important. So when there is a frequent change, here, if I take this example, how many classes that implements that interface, each and every class need to be modified. Where an abstract class, if you extend that abstract class, you can have the implementation, which one keep on changing. We can mark that as a non-abstract method. And when there is a change from the client side, only change you have to do in single class. Clear? So that is what a difference, major difference between the abstract class and interface. And the second one, we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance using the abstract class. That means if you have another abstract class, you cannot extend two abstract classes in a class. So that is the again a drawback, where in interface that is the advantage again, right? So here let me write those statement whatever I have discussed now. Okay, let me write it again. Interface can have only abstract method, where abstract class will have the abstract and non-abstract method. Okay, apart from that, we can achieve the multiple inheritance using the interface, where we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance using the abstract class. Abstract class is not allowing us to achieve the multiple inheritance. And why we need abstract class? When we wanted to achieve the abstraction as well as frequent changes in specific function, we will go for abstract, because to avoid the huge changes in the multiple files, we can mark them as a non-abstract method. Whatever the implementation that we wanted to change, we can write inside the non-abstract method. Clear?